The neonatal toxicosis.
Hypothyroidism with your pediatric patients, also aka called cretinism. So, your pathophysiology is that you have your T4 thyroid stimulating hormone not converting into your T3, which stimulates your entire metabolism. So you have low I was trying to think of something like thyroid, I don't know, like thigh steroids, I don't know. Something that helps you remember that your thyroid increases your metabolism. So if you have low thyroid, you have a low metabolism. Low thyroid, low metabolism. Anything that helps you with your metabolism is low. So, let's start with the neuro. You have excessive sleep, low metabolism. Think about kids. Kids have really high metabolisms. They're supposed to have. So they're very active, very energetic. So you have excessive sleep here. You have low energy because you have a low thyroid, low metabolism. Your GI is very low. You have constipation, a lot. So what do you think you're going to have to teach your patient? Lots of water, lots of fiber, fruits and vegetables, the things that kids love, yeah? No, they don't. Maybe even stool softeners. For your muscle tone, your patient's probably going to have floppy arms. That's what we have, at least on the notes, that this low metabolism causes a decrease in terms of your entire body's metabolism. So what are we going to do? We're going to give your patient vitamin D, which stimulates our thyroid stimulating hormone. And we're also going to give thyroxine, which is our thyroid medication. I did a great video on thyroxine, which is right below this video here. So that's it for cretinism. And we're going to go on to our next subject here, the pituitaries.
The neonatal toxicosis. Fetal and neonatal toxicosis are names given to the same disease manifesting at different periods to life. When it manifests in utero, it is called fetal, and when it manifests after the baby is born, it is called neonatal toxicosis. Usually, fetal toxicosis continues as neonatal toxicosis after birth. In patients who require treatment for grave disease in the last trimester of pregnancy, the prevalence of neonatal toxicosis is high, has 22%. The mortality is 12 and 20%. But other complications are tracheal compression, infection, thrombocytopenia. Thus, neonatal toxicosis is uncommon but not a rare disease which can be fatal.
Your thyroid broke, but we can fix it. Is this you? Do you feel hot or get in a sweat? Are you restless and fidgety, easily upset? Are you tired and weak? Is your skin sometimes itchy? Do your eyes feel sore or occasionally gritty? Do you often feel hungry and eat all your dinner? But despite this, you seem to keep on getting thinner. Nope, that's not me. Well, alright then. How about this? Are you tired a lot and just feel a bit blue? Are you finding it difficult to go to the loo? Hey! Is your hair dry and thinning? Do you often get cold? Do you feel slow and tired, like somebody old? Yeah. You've both got thyroid problems. Huh? Who are you? My name is Dr. Josephine Etter. and I help people with thyroid problems get better.
What's a thyroid?
It's part of your neck. I don't see anything.
No.
It's on the inside. You've got one too. Here, let me show you what thyroids can do.
It looks like a butterfly.
No, it's a game controller. Well, actually, it's a gland, so you know, and it's really important for helping you grow. Thyroid's a funny word.
Thyroid, thyroid, thyroid.
I suppose I'd better take a look at you both. But first, you'll each need a blood test. What's a blood test?
Is it like a test at school?
It's much easier than a test at school. The nurse puts a small needle into your arm. It just takes a minute, so try to stay calm. Won't that hurt? A little. But if you can be brave for a minute, it'll be over almost before they begin it. I can do that?
What happens to the blood?
Yeah, do they do something cool with it and then put it back in and it turns you into a superhero? Sorry, they just send it off to run tests to make sure your thyroid is doing its best. Oh, okay. It's lovely to meet you both. Here, shake my hand. Now, I'd like to examine your thyroid gland. To examine your thyroid, I'm just going to check how it feels by putting my hands on your neck. The thyroid helps you to grow up big and strong, but sometimes your thyroid can go a bit wrong. It should be releasing hormones and stuff, but yours isn't working quite hard enough.
The diagnostic is required a high index of suspension. The babies at high risk for neonatal toxicosis have the following features in the mother: 3 times normal TSI in 24 and 28 weeks of pregnancy, clinical toxicosis in 3 trimesters, or history of thionamide treatment in the 3rd trimester, family history of the TSH receptor mutation, and feature of fetal hyperthyroidism in the fetus. The treatment neonatal toxicosis patients are very sick and require emerging treatment. The goal of the treatment is to normalize thyroid function and quickly as possible to avoid iatrogenic hypothyroidism while providing management and supportive therapy for the infant specific symptoms. Carbimazole, PTU, beta blockers, promatol, steroids, sedative, oxygen therapy.
If the thyroid overacts, then it's like having too much of acceleration in your body. That means you will feel very hot, you will feel very hyperactive, you will lose weight in spite of feeling very hungry and eating a lot. And you will also, if it is very hyperactive, you will get tremors in your hand and in your tongue, and you will also keep losing weight in spite of eating too much. Now, if you have excessive thyroxine and you don't treat it, then you will keep losing weight and you will become extremely weak because your muscles and all will reduce in strength. Depending on the nature of the problem in the thyroid, we may either treat it with radioactive iodine. Since iodine is the basic material for synthesis of thyroxine, if you give radioactive iodine, it will get concentrated by mouth it will get concentrated in the thyroid, and if you give enough of a dose, it will damage the thyroid and thus reduce the thyroid from hypersecreting. There are certain conditions where we advise the patient surgery, where we remove the thyroid gland, but otherwise most patients go for I-131 radioactive. One of the well-known side effects of it is to cause the suppression of production of blood cells, and so we do check the blood counts when we give these antithyroid drugs. So once we have operated you, or once we have given the radioactive iodine, you will never be hyperthyroid. You are most likely to be hypothyroid, and hence you will need to lifelong take the thyroid tablet.